Hello everybody, Slim Kirby here. I am here today to make a bit of an announcement of some things that are coming up on the Slim Kirby front. First of all, I will go ahead and say that the next big weekend project is actually going to be Mario Kart 8. So the next official weekend project that I have will be Mario Kart 8. We'll get that started. That's going to be the last Mario Kart game, at least for right now. And I'm honestly getting really pumped for it. I'm really excited for it, and should be a lot of fun when we get to that. But before we get to Mario Kart 8, there is one more loose end that I want to take care of before we get to that project. And you guys probably know what I'm alluding to, but at the very end of Mario Kart 7, I did promise you guys that I would do some community videos with you guys, so you guys could play along, race against me, and be featured in some videos on this channel. And I do want to make good on that promise before I start Mario Kart 8, so this is how I'm basically going to be doing that. For the next 2 weeks, on one specific day and time slot, I will be hosting a community room where you guys can join, race against me, and like I said, be featured in some basically some extra weekend videos before I get started with Mario Kart 8. These times I'm going to go ahead and put on screen right now. The first one is going to be on Thursday of this week, so June 6th at 1 p.m. EDT. That's EDT, Eastern Daylight Time, basically the easternmost United States time zone. So that's going to be the first time slot. The second time slot is going to be taking place on the following week on Wednesday at 8 p.m. EDT. So that's June 12th on a Wednesday of next week at 8 p.m. EDT. So for these two sessions, I'm going to basically record what happens when I'm racing. And then for the next few weekends, I'll be basically just posting those videos. My hope is for basically these videos to last for the next 3 weekends, and then I'll be starting Mario Kart 8 on June 29th of this month. So that's basically my plan of attack for this. So if you guys want to join in, definitely get online during those time slots. I'll post a video on the day that I'm doing this, and that video will contain the community code. So if you want to get online and add that code before it happens to get ready for it, definitely go ahead. And then at the basically the approved time slot that I mentioned, like I said, I'll jump online and yeah, we'll record some races together. Now I will go ahead and say that initially my scope for these videos was a little bigger than what it is now. And the reason why it's kind of a smaller scope this time around is just because too much time had passed. I wanted to do this near the end of last year, 2018, the same year when I worked on Mario Kart 7. But there were just so many things that came up. My schedule got very busy, and then once I got into the new year, I definitely got even busier, it seemed like, with all the different trips I've had to take, and just my focus had to narrow on a couple of things. So I wanted to initially do more with this. I basically wanted to have like a session of this every single month that you guys could join in and we could do this, but it just never really panned out that way. So as a result, I'm only going to be giving 2 sessions, which, you know, I feel like that's not as much as I initially wanted to do, but at least it's something. I'm still going to be making good on my promise. Hopefully the time slots will work for people. But if they don't, just please understand that, you know, I can't really control time. These are the time slots that work well for me, and I understand that they may not work well for everyone. I tried to have 2 different distinct time slots, where one was kind of in the afternoon time to kind of compensate for people who live like in Europe and other places, and I tried to have one in the evening time, which could compensate for people who you know, have jobs during the day, or, you know, who might still be attending school or summer classes or something. So I tried to make the time slots as different as possible to compensate, but I do understand that that may not work for everyone, but you know, things happen. Some people may have like night shift jobs that just don't allow that to work. Family emergencies come up all the time, just regular emergencies, family events and gatherings. Those are things I just can't control. So I feel like of the compromises I had to make for this, this is basically all I could really come up with. But on the bright side, Mario Kart 7 isn't the most recent Mario Kart game. That honor obviously belongs to Mario Kart 8. And Mario Kart 8 still has a very active online presence as of right now. So, on the bright side, this is something I could try to get into a better habit with for Mario Kart 8, just because, you know, because it's the most recent game, there's going to be more people online playing it. The Switch definitely has, I think, probably, maybe not as many owners as, like, the 3DS has, but, you know, the Switch is a very, very popular gaming console right now, and it definitely has a lot of owners. And I imagine a lot of people do have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, so that should be definitely a good online game to play, and definitely something I can do more with when we get to the end of Mario Kart 8, just to kind of have, you know, more sessions like this as we kind of, you know, finish that project and, you know, await the next Mario Kart game, whenever the heck that's going to be. So, I'm going to try to be a little more active with this when we get to Mario Kart 8 and finish Mario Kart 8. But as far as Mario Kart 7 is concerned, since we are kind of, you know, at the end of the project's been over for a couple of months now, and I really want to start Mario Kart 8. So, we'll just do two quick sessions. I'm not sure how long these sessions are actually going to be. I was kind of thinking 2 hours, because that'd give, you know, enough people a chance to actually play, but if turnouts aren't super great, I may only go for like an hour or an hour and a half or something. But I'll try to play with as many people as possible. I'll probably try to like leave the room and re-enter the room like every time we've done a couple of races, just so I could, you know, change up the order and maybe play with some different people so everyone gets a chance to play and be in my videos. And, you know, obviously if you've been in a couple of races during these sessions, obviously have the common courtesy to, you know, step out if you think you've been in a lot of them. So that's essentially what I'm going to be doing. So yeah, again, on Thursday of this week and Wednesday of next week, I'll basically post the video that will have the community code. You just go to the online of Mario Kart 7, go to Communities tab, search Community by code, or whatever the option is called, put that code in, and you will be entered into the community, and then when the time actually happens, just join in. We'll do some races together. And, you know, even if I am not in the room, because obviously you can only have a limit of 8 people per race, but if I am not in the room, like, don't be afraid to race against other people. Like, there'll be other people wanting to play as well. Definitely race against them, too, while you're waiting. And, you know, kind of get warmed up, I guess, if you do happen to get in a room with me later. And, yeah, we'll just have some fun playing Mario Kart 7, a game that, you know, last year, that was one of my favorite projects of the year. I just had a lot of fun with it, and it was fun going back to the game after I almost kind of just forgot about it completely, since I got, you know, obviously overwhelmed by the awesomeness that is Mario Kart 8. And in reality, Mario Kart 7 is a really, really excellent game, too, so it's definitely one that's, you know, you should definitely not forget about in the grand scheme of things, because it was definitely a fun title, and it was definitely the best Mario Kart game at the time of its release. So yeah, hope to see you guys on Thursday of this week or Wednesday of next week, whatever time works better for you. And yeah, we'll have some fun playing some Mario Kart. Thank you for listening / watching, and I'll see you guys then. Later, folks.